Hey folks, Zach Osterman here, Insider Indianapolis Star, talking about Indiana 89, Providence 73. Hoosiers salvage something from day 3 here at the battle for Atlantis. I don't know if I figured out finally the lighting in my hotel room here for these videos, but anyway, listen, nobody was acting like this papered over all of the issues that sort of emerged from Louisville and Gonzaga, but I think Indiana was at least allowed to feel like it kind of pulled itself together for, by and large, a pretty good performance today. Providence was very tired. You could tell they were the last team off the floor last night in the second round games. And Indiana was very intentional about pushing the pace, about making Providence, sort of chase it for all 94 feet. And, you saw the difference, 38 points in the paint, 20 assists on 32 made baskets to just 10 turnovers. Indiana had, I think, a 16-5 advantage in fast break points. Still some concerns. Providence hit 10 threes, although that was in 30 attempts. Providence had 17 offensive rebounds. They're a good offensive rebounding team, but that continues to be an issue for Indiana. But in the aggregate, Indiana also only turns the ball over 10 times, out-rebounds Providence overall, plus 16 in points in the paint, again, plus 11 in fast break points, 8 of 15 from behind the three-point line, 17 of 20 at the free throw line. 8 of the 9 Hoosiers who play in this game score. The same is true of 8 of the 9 Hoosiers who play in this game grab at least 1 rebound. 7 of the 9 log at least 1 assist. Trey Galloway has 18, Malik Reneau 21, and Mackenzie Mgbako 25. And, you just, if nothing else, you kind of saw an Indiana team that, was probably given an excuse to just sort of, surrender on itself, at least for this trip, to just go home and sort of lick its wounds, try to figure out how to recover. I think Indiana deserves at least some credit for sort of standing up. And, I think Providence's last lead in this game was 10-8 with 15:53 left. The under 16 media timeout in the first half. And Indiana was still not great defensively. Providence at one point in the second half was averaging almost 1.9 points per possession for the game. Providence averaged 1.106. In the second half alone, Providence averaged more than 1.4 points per possession. So there's clearly some stuff that Indiana's still got to get cleaned up. But if you're Indiana, you at least feel like you kind of collected yourself. You push back a little bit on, the sort of, the reverberation of these last 2 games and at least kind of came out of Atlantis with something to maybe build on. I don't know that this is going to look like a quality win at the end of the season, but at very least it is sort of a floor to stand on again. Because listen, seasons don't just end because of a couple of losses in November, no matter how ugly they are. And I'm not sitting here trying to sugarcoat the Louisville game. I'm not trying to sugarcoat the Gonzaga game. The reality is just that Indiana's got a lot of season left, and there's really nothing that Indiana should do with any of that other than just try and get better, try and build on this, and trying to recover to make something of the season once it gets to Big Ten play. Because, today was a reminder that when this team turns it on, particularly offensively, it is very, very skilled. And it can score in bunches and in a lot of different ways. So there's a lot to get figured out, but the Hoosiers at least grab one here on the island. Again, Indiana 89, Providence 73. Indiana's 5-2. They are home Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. That is Tuesday against Sam Houston State. Between now and then, for the Indianapolis Star, I'm Zach Osterman. Thanks for watching. Thank you for following all of our coverage out here. We've really, really appreciated it. This has been Indiana's first trip through Battle for Atlantis. It's a really well-run event. You can tell they've gotten really good at putting this thing on here at the resort. And it's been, obviously, probably the results have not been fun for Indiana fans, but it has been a pleasure bringing our coverage to all of you. So thank you for watching, for reading, for listening, for everything. For the Indianapolis Star, I'm Zach Osterman. We'll talk to you soon.